Hi there, welcome to the channel. My name is Brick and I'm your official Puerto Rico travel guide. From the common to the uncommon, I help people discover Puerto Rico's most amazing natural, historic, and cultural attractions. And today, I'll give you a complete guide of the historic municipality of Ponce. Ponce is located on the south side of Puerto Rico, about an hour and 30 minutes away from San Juan. If you're driving from San Juan to Ponce, you'll need to take the beautiful Route 52. This highway crosses through the middle of the island through various municipalities and offers breathtaking views of the surrounding mountain ranges and even the coastline. When driving on this route, you'll likely notice a difference in natural landscape that varies from luscious mountain ranges to arid coastal plains where you'll see even cactuses. You'll know you've arrived to Ponce once you see the huge letters that span across the highway spelling the municipality's name. You could check out Ponce as a stop to the west side of the island, but Ponce has so many attractions and such a rich history that I would suggest spending 1 or 2 days if you really want to take the time to appreciate the beautiful details of its buildings, streets, and parks. During our trip to Ponce, we stayed at the Fox Hotel, a trendy hotel conveniently located in the main plaza, which inhabits an old theater from the 1930s. The exterior of the building is a fascinating mix of architectural styles such as Art Deco, Neoclassical, and Moorish. But its colorful interior is unique because of its use of pop art and modern art decor. The Fox Hotel is the perfect place for those who want to take Instagram-worthy photos and party all night in its spacious lobby where you will usually find live music or DJs playing during the weekends. However, if you're planning to stay here during the weekend and go to sleep early, I would highly suggest looking into other options since you will hear music playing in your room till 12 or even 1 in the morning. However, what's also great about the Fox Hotel is the various dining options right in the lobby. On our first morning in Ponce, we ate a hearty breakfast at Coffee House, which included some delicious pancakes, scrambled eggs, and of course, local artisan coffee. To start off our adventure, we headed over to one of Ponce's most iconic and popular touristic attractions, El Castillo Serralles. El Castillo Serralles is a breathtaking mansion museum located on the top of a hill overlooking the city center of Ponce. El Castillo Serralles sits on 2.5 acres of land and it was built during the 1930s for the Serralles family, one of Ponce's most powerful and influential families that founded and owned a sugarcane plantation and created a rum distillery which manufactures the popular Don Q rum. During your trip of the property, you will be guided through various extravagant rooms inside the mansion where you will see some of the family's luxurious personal belongings and other fascinating objects that will make you feel like you're traveling back in time. Even though video recording is prohibited throughout most of the tour, we were able to record the beautiful interior courtyard of the mansion and the breathtaking view from one of the upper levels. After learning about the origin of the name Don Q and visiting the courtyard, you will be guided to a room all about the influence of rum in Puerto Rico, where you will see a collection of old rums, including some of the first produced by the Distillería Serralles. Here, you will also sit down in a theater to watch a short movie all about the history of the Serralles family and their sugarcane plantation called Hacienda Mercedita and how it influenced the economic development of its surrounding area and of the municipality of Ponce as a whole. And last but not least, You will then go outside where you will have a chance to stroll around the beautiful landscaped garden. Here, you will not only appreciate the diversity in plants and trees, but also get a chance to see up close some of the objects used to distill, produce, and transport rum. But the core and standout feature of this garden is without a doubt the majestic fountain that is so grandiose that it could be confused for a swimming pool overlooking the city center of Ponce. After spending all this time here, you will feel as if you were part of the upper class of Puerto Rico in the early 1900s. But your next stop is going to once again make you travel back in time and take you across the globe to Japan. That's right, just behind the Castillo Serralles, you will find El Jardín Japonés, a recreational garden inspired by traditional Japanese art and architecture. This peaceful and zen garden features an artificial river full of koi fish, traditional Japanese gates, bridges, and a specific area displaying peculiar bonsai trees. The tranquility of this garden is the perfect environment for meditation, contemplation, and even participating in the occasional yoga classes offered here. Now, after visiting El Jardín Japonés, it's time to head across the parking lot to La Cruceta del Vijía, a colossal 100 feet tall cross tower that houses a sky bridge that has a panoramic view of the city and nearby coastline. This cross is located in the same area where early settlers would look out for incoming merchant ships from around the world, potential invaders, and for pirates. If you want to visit all these attractions, you will just need to head over to the website museocastilloserralles.com and click on Buy Ticket. Your $15 per person entrance fee includes the guided tour of El Castillo Serralles and access to both El Jardín Japonés and La Cruceta del Vijía. Getting all of this for just $15 makes visiting this historical and recreational complex a complete must if you're planning to visit Ponce. Now, after visiting one of Ponce's most iconic touristic attractions, we headed over to one of Ponce's most obscure yet interesting historical structures, the Acueducto Alfonso XII. This gravity-based aqueduct system spans 2.5 miles and was built in 1876, making it Puerto Rico's first modern water distribution system. Although the aqueduct ceased to operate in 1928 in favor for more advanced systems, its historical significance granted it the title of National Historic Monument of Puerto Rico in 2015, and in 2019 it was listed in the U.S. National Register of Historic Places. And now we hop back into our car to go explore the city center. But before we did this, we decided to eat some delicious handmade pizza from Pizzeria Libre, Episodio 1. This pizza place is conveniently located a few blocks away from the center plaza, but they do offer delivery to the surrounding areas. What makes Pizzeria Libre stand out is their use and combination of fresh ingredients to create mouth-watering flavors. Feeling re-energized, we began exploring Ponce's center plaza, the Plaza Las Delicias. This square is absolutely overflowing with historical structures, monuments, and landmarks such as the Fuente de los Leones, the Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe Cathedral, statues dedicated to Puerto Rican poets, politicians, and musicians, and other historical buildings with cultural and architectural significance. The Plaza Las Delicias actually consists of two different plazas, and its allure captures the attention of 250,000 visitors and locals per year. But in my opinion, the standout attraction of La Plaza de las Delicias is the iconic Parque de Bombas. This emblematic red and black building, which was originally built in 1882 to serve as the main pavilion for a trade fair, was subsequently turned into Puerto Rico's first ever fire station. This building, with Arabic, Gothic, and Victorian influenced architecture, consists of an ample first floor where you will find firefighting equipment such as the beautifully preserved fire truck and 2 lateral towers where you will find historical documents, firefighting tools, and paintings of the brave firefighters that protected the city for more than 100 years from several fires that almost completely destroyed Ponce. Now, after visiting the Parque de Bombas, you should definitely head over to Ponce's famous ice cream shop called King's Cream. This spot is popular with both locals and visitors because of its unique and delicious ice cream flavors such as corn, tamarind, soursop, and passion fruit. If you don't have a sweet tooth like me, you could also head to Vistas, a rooftop restaurant and bar that has a breathtaking view of Ponce's city center, the Castillo Serralles, and the surrounding mountain ranges. During our visit, we were able to have some drinks and see the sun set while waiting for the main reason we were at Ponce, to see the Carnaval Ponceño. The Carnaval Ponceño, similar to other carnivals around the world, is an annual celebration held on the days prior to the beginning of Lent. The Carnaval Ponceño was first celebrated in 1858, and it is characterized by its colorful parades, traditional music and dances, but most of all for its notorious vejigantes. The vejigantes are colorful and extravagant demon-like characters that wear papier-mâché masks adorned with frightening teeth and horns. During the celebration, these vejigantes dance to traditional music and interact with the crowd, causing subtle acts of mischief, such as playfully swatting visitors with balloons and rattles. Now, before starting our second day of adventure at Ponce, please take a moment to smash that like button if you're enjoying this video and found it helpful. Also, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos that'll help you explore the common and uncommon parts of Puerto Rico. Finally, if you're interested in learning about a specific attraction, leave a comment below so I know what travel guide to make next. Now, going back to your visit to Ponce. To start off our second day at Ponce, we headed over to the Panadería La Nueva Victoria, a unique bakery that gave a new life to an abandoned Art Deco style cinema from the 1940s. Here, you will not only eat traditional Puerto Rican breakfast sandwiches and pastries, but also see the theater's original movie projector from 1941. Before heading back to the main plaza, we drove by Calle 25 de Enero to see Las Casas de los Bomberos, a street with houses painted with the emblematic red and black color scheme that were raffled and donated to some of the heroic fighter fighters that extinguished the fire known as El Polvorín that threatened to destroy the city in 1899. Then we headed to the Plaza Las Delicias and dropped by Utopía and El Coquí, 2 gift shops that carry all sorts of souvenirs and items designed all about Ponce, Puerto Rico, and the Puerto Rican culture, such as t-shirts, stickers, coffee, and even the traditional vejigante masks. While we were shopping here, we were even lucky enough to see the rolling Carnaval Ponceño and all of its colorful carriages, traditional music and clothing, and even the lively vejigantes for a second time when they passed through the Plaza Las Delicias. If you're in Ponce and you want to see and shop in a more authentic environment, you should check out both Plaza del Mercado Reina Isabel II and the Plaza Juan Ponce de León. These two plazas, which are close to each other, have different kiosks and vendors that sell all sorts of traditional items and foods. At the Plaza del Mercado Reina Isabel II, we loved having a cup of coffee at La Nata while eating their specialty, the nata, a delicious traditional Portuguese egg custard tart pastry. And at the Plaza Juan Ponce de León, we loved visiting Salón Boricua, where they design and create art pieces such as stickers and pins inspired in Puerto Rico's history and culture. I do want to point out that if you want to visit either of these places, you should go on a weekday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. because on Saturday and Sunday, most of these kiosks will probably be closed. Now, our final stop on this day before heading back home was La Guancha, a recreational complex located in the coastal community of Ponce called Barrio Playa. During the weekends here, you will see families enjoying the nearby park and eating from the many food vendors selling traditional Puerto Rican fried street food, such as alcapurrias and bacalaitos. La Guancha is unique because you'll also be able to feed the friendly pelicans and the humongous and famous sabalo fish that have become synonymous with La Guancha. Unfortunately, La Guancha, as well as Ponce and other municipalities on the south side of Puerto Rico, were heavily affected by earthquakes that struck the island during late 2019 and early 2020, causing heavy damage to the boardwalk structure which housed most of the businesses in La Guancha. For this reason, if you visit Ponce, please consider supporting the local economy by shopping at small and medium businesses, which were the most affected by these earthquakes. And finally, as the sun started to set and we began heading back home, we couldn't resist the opportunity to carefully stop by, climb onto, and take some vacation photos at the famous Letras de Ponce to help us remember this trip forever. And that's it. Even though these 2 days were completely jam-packed, we still missed some of Ponce's attractions like the Tibes Indigenous Ceremonial Park and Hacienda Buena Vista. So, leave a comment below to let me know if you want me to come back to the historically and architecturally rich municipality of Ponce to make a part 2 of this travel guide. Also, if you want to visit Ponce with an incredibly knowledgeable tour guide who knows all the most interesting details about the history of Ponce, you should definitely contact the tour guides at Isla Caribe. Thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end of the video. I hope you found it helpful. Make sure to smash the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you like this video, there's a good chance you might also like these 2 videos on my channel. So make sure to check them out. Thank you so much for watching and see ya in the next one.